All right, guys, I filmed the intro to this morning, but I was about half asleep. But today's video is going to be on. We're looking at some brim beds. We're looking at some dock pylons. We're looking at some other things we found in the water. But I want you to pay special attention to the bottom in this deal. We're going to see lots of beds. Now, these aren't just the dimples, the normal dimples in the bottom of the lake floor. These are beds because they're 3, 4, 5 foot in diameter sometimes. Really large beds all along the spawning flat. Now, inside these beds, you're going to see those amber little tic-tac looking things. That is fish in the beds. They haven't full-blown gone to the beds. The dogwoods ain't blooming, and I believe that it's real close to that, but they're not full-blown on the beds, that's for sure. But they're going. Now, the images aren't as clear as they normally would be. And that's due to the fact that it's very windy this day, a lot of turbulence in the water, a lot of wave action. You'll see the boat rising and falling. Sometimes you can actually see the waves in the images sometimes. But it's still a very effective tool. Now, Livescope perspective mode, to me, is unbeatable in this. Yes, if you have 360, you can see these beds. But when the boat is rising and falling, the 360 really hinders you because you get so much smearing of the image. The same way you would if with using your side imaging in these type of deals, because if it's not perfect, you get a lot of the wavy action and things like that. The Ghost 360, which is ridiculous to rants, you would not even be able to fish and use the Ghost 360 in this weather conditions. The wind is blowing so hard, the wind would take your boat and just run off with it. So pay attention to some of these things we're talking about. This is a correction. I'm actually reposting this video from this morning. I was half asleep going to church. But I got my Jesus on, and I got my Baptist dinner in my belly. And now I'm laying here with our sweet little Garmin Guru baby. She's going to take her little nap. I'm feeling a lot better, but I'm going to take the last day off today and try to hit the water again tomorrow. Film some new videos, do some new stuff. I got 14.1 in. I'm going to do that testing. This is going to be very interesting. That testing is 14.1 is the update before perspective mode. I'm going to take all my stuff back, and I'm going to test it, and I'm going to try to either shoot a hole in that myth, or I'm going to prove what y'all are saying is right. I don't know. I didn't have 14.1. We're going to try to do that. Let's get into this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Don't forget, chattyboys.com, XHD Mounts, Summit Fishing Equipment. All these are great sponsors. I don't receive a dime. I'm not getting anything from them. If I buy something from Chatty Boys, I buy it my own money and I don't get a discount. But you can go to Chatty Boys and get a 10% discount using the Garmin Guru discount, one word. That's pretty awesome. XHD Mounts. I'm posting a link. Click on that link, go to it. It takes you straight to their page. They have every mount you could think of for boats. And you can contact him. You probably need something special. You probably can make it because he hand makes all of these. These are awesome. They have beautiful powder coating on them. They're wonderful. I mean, they got trays that fit over the top of your trolling motor, the inset where your foot pedal goes, for drinks and baits. And I mean, it's just amazing. Go look at what he has. They're awesome stuff. Let's get into this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. 6,300, almost 6,400. What is going on here? Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Ring the bell, baby. Ring the bell. We on the way. All right, let's go. Starting off, what this is, and I know what this is, it's an actual, like a little bait box that somebody, it may be even one of them tournament cheating boxes. It's a little box that's out in the woods. You can see it in about the kind of the bottom middle of the screen. And people put fish in them, but some of the bass fishermen guys have been known to cheat a little bit with these boxes. And it's surprising you can find these boxes a lot more than you used to now with the advent of live imaging and things like that. It's definitely changed. It's not as easy for these guys to cheat and get away with stuff. Right in the top of the screen, and you kind of notice it kind of coming and going. It's just a limb on the bottom of a tree, and actually it's right beside the kind of it looks like a dock, and you can see the pylons up. But see what I'm talking about? It's kind of unspectacular under the water. The docks, you think you're going to see this huge thing, and you don't. And right in the middle of the screen, and like I said, this is not as clear as normal. And the reason it's not as clear is it was a very windy day. I have good battery voltage, so things like that. So right now we're looking at a lot of beds. Now, in one of these beds, you got to look real hard. Right in the middle, right up under 5, you'll see a fish. It's actually coming over to the right side of the screen now. There's a fish right by one of the beds. And right coming into the middle of the screen now, you'll see, I actually steered it to the left a little bit. Hold on. You can tell it's very windy, and I am fighting these waves. There's 4 fish swimming up from the bottom. But look in the middle of these little dimples. There's a fish right there on the left-hand beam. And what you do is you look in the middle of these dimples. And when you see in the middle of the dimples, you'll see that bright little tic-tac that we've talked about so much. And it will be right in the middle of a bed. That is a fish, most likely a bass on a bed, being that these beds are, anywhere from 3 to 5 foot in diameter. And this is a spawning flat. Right at the very top of the screen, you'll see a ball of bait fish that's in between the 5 and 10 foot, slightly off center to the right. And it's off. The ball of bait fish is kind of coming and going. There it is, real bright right there. And that's just due to the waves. It's almost in the middle of the screen now. You see that ball of bait fish kind of swimming, and I'm going right to them. They're about 25 foot out from the boat right now. That's real nifty. And those are things you can find. This time of year, you'll find bass roaming around them, just out there trying to feed. And if you can catch one of them bass roaming, you throw a spinnerbait or a buzz bait by them, you can definitely pick up a stray bass. But right in the middle of the screen right now, very top, there's 2 beds. And on the right bed, you can see a fish. To keep watching. See that fish right there? There's a fish in the right side of those double beds. He's sitting right in the middle of that bed. That is an awesome, awesome tool for spawning bass. That fish is 30 foot away. You would not be able to see that unless you're in gin clear water, but you just picked it up and you won't spook him off the bed. So now you can cautiously approach it. You know what you're trying to do. Get downwind, go into that wind, set your power poles or whatever you want to use, and you can approach that bed and try to work on that bed knowing the bed's there. And the good thing is when you get downwind, line that bed up with your perspective mode and make those good accurate casts with whatever bait that you choose, a wacky worm, a fluke, or a drop shot. Another ball of bait fish right at the 0 foot mark right now. Straight out. You'll notice how it's kind of fading in and out. It's not from the stitching. It's just from the wave action. And there's nothing you can really do on days like this. You try to fight getting a clear picture when you're having that severe waves and the water's trying to churn in and things like that. But we're going to go on. There's a big cypress tree right here. That's the big bright blob. But look on the left side of that cypress tree. Now, that's a little ball of bait fish on the left side of that cypress tree. You can see it very clearly, see it moving, but it's just kind of sitting right there. And now it's directly in the middle of the screen, but it's off to the left side of that tree. That's something that you need to look for. When those go by the trees, But here is the actual step platform that has fell off. You can see the 4, 5, 6 pylons on the left-hand side of the screen. And what that did was it floated off and fell in between 2 cypress trees. And you can see it kind of wedged and fell to the bottom there. That's something really awesome to look at. Just shows you the clarity and the detail you can see in some of these things. But if you look at the dock pylons, and it's more in the middle of the screen now, on the left side you can see a fish on the 2 pylons on the left. It's just sitting there. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. And my bait coming in. So, guys, what'd you think about that? Pretty cool. Just some different things in the images. They're not as crisp and clear as normal, and that's due to the high waves. You got a lot of oxygen in the water, a lot of churning of the leaves in the water, and be honest with you, the up and down of the boat affects the clarity of the picture. Of course, on calm days, it's always going to be clear. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and don't forget, ring the bell.